Hello folks, it's Angus here, Guard Alarms. I've made this video to demonstrate the HKC Quantum working, seeing as HKC haven't made their own video. So HKC are good at making alarms, but they're not good at marketing. This is the main control panel HKC Quantum. So I've installed several hundred of these and they're really effective, and the best part about them, apart from the fact that they really work well, is that you never have to go back. Okay, so they're really reliable as well. And they're really user friendly, so the person can do most of the maintenance themselves, like changing the batteries in the wireless sensors. So you never really need to be paying people for maintenance calls with these. They're really user friendly that way. They tell you whenever there's a problem. The control panel speaks and it tells you what the problem is, which is fantastic. Okay, so that's the main control panel. So now I'll show you the sensors that go on the windows and doors. So here's your typical window. Now this window has two openings. So the bulky sensor on the right hand side is a wireless shock sensor on contact. So those sensors are really good at detecting vibration from sharp objects, and they also detect if the windows are open. So they do two jobs. On the left hand side you'll see there's a wired contact that's connected to the wireless sensor, and the reason for that is so that the alarm will know if the second opening is open. And when you're leaving the house, that's really handy because the alarm control panel will talk and it will tell you that the window is open. Okay, so it will remind you to close it before you leave the house, which is great. Now I'll show you how this works. So I'll get a screwdriver. So here's a screwdriver, right? So I'm going to just tap the window and pretend I'm trying to break the window open. Okay. I have the alarm in test mode, so as you can see that detected when I just tapped the window. So if someone's trying to break it open with a crowbar or screwdriver, the alarm will activate. And then it also detects if the window is open. So I'm now going to open the window just to show you. So it's detected that side and will also detect this side. Okay, so it's very effective. If anyone tries to break the window, the alarm's going off, and if anyone opens the window, the alarm's going off. Okay, so that's that. Now I'll show you a motion sensor here. So here's a wireless motion sensor that comes with the Quantum. The motion sensor is a backup that will detect movement inside the house. Okay, so if someone gets past the windows and doors for some reason, which should be really nearly impossible, but maybe there might be some windows in your house that you haven't got alarmed upstairs, maybe, for example, you mightn't have shock sensors on those. So if someone got in some other way anyway, the motion sensor is a good backup. And also the motion sensor is for verification. So if you have your alarm hooked up to your smartphone, you'll receive a second message that will say motion sensor, which verifies for sure that it's not a false alarm. Now here's the latest HKC product, which is the motion sensor camera. So it's the same as the other motion sensor. It will detect movement, but it also has a camera which will take pictures. This will only work though if you're hooked up to the HKC app. So you have to hook up to the HKC app and subscribe to that to get the benefit of one of these. Now they're quite expensive. I'm installing them for $120 at the moment. That's 2016 December prices for future reference. But anyways, if you were hooked up to the HKC app and you had one of these and the alarm and someone walked in front of it, it will send you push notification to the app with a stream of photographs. So you'll be able to see for sure that there's someone in the house. So it is pretty good, all right, but it's quite expensive. But you don't have to get that. You can just get the basic alarm with the windows and doors alarmed and a regular motion sensor. Okay. Now I'm just going to show you the external sirens, so just bear with me. So if you look up there, you'll see the external siren that says guard monitored. And one more product that goes with this control panel is the wireless key fob with panic button, which you can see there. So that's remote control that you can use to turn on and off the alarm from anywhere in the house. So it's a handy item to have if you don't want to bother getting out of bed to come down and turn on the alarm. If you've forgotten, you can just use this to arm or disarm it. So it's got all the controls, full set, part set A, part set B and unset. And it's also got a panic button. Now the panic button would be effective if you were connected to a monitoring company. And if you hit the panic button, they would treat that as an emergency and send the guards to your house. And finally, this control panel is compatible with the HKC GSM-Q, HKC GSM-SC and the Wi-Fi card. So those items are used to communicate events and to give you control of the alarm from your smartphone. So they would send text alerts, push notifications, and you could turn on and off the alarm using your smartphone app or text message commands. So if you want to learn about those other items, you can go and look at the videos that I've made demonstrating those products as well. Okay, so that's it. That's the gist of it. So thanks for listening, guys. Best of luck.